What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Milli Mindset. I am your host, Keith. What's up with y'all, man? Today, we're going to be tuning into my second branch of content, which is the Milli Method. I've been working professionally with students for the last 10 years and have built my reputation on being somebody that is compassionate, supportive, and really, honestly, just a good time. I know that many of you who are teachers or counselors or just work in any field that you're working with young students may be feeling a lot of the frustration that I have been feeling as of late. You go on TikTok and YouTube, you see plenty of videos of teachers and other professionals being super unmotivated and disheartened by the student population of today. And I'm here to tell y'all something. These kids are weird. I said it. They're weird. Surprise, it's out of the bag. We need to be conscious of ourselves and we need to reflect on the current status of society. I kind of ran into a bit of unmotivation last year with my current caseload of students because I just feel like my efforts are in vain. And I know that a lot of you may be feeling that same way. You feel like, hey, man, I'm working this hard ass job, damn near babysitting people for minimum dollars, for minimum respect. Administration doesn't support me. These kids don't appreciate me. Why the hell am I doing this? Just know, I feel you. I don't disagree. And I'm sure that there are thousands of people across this country and probably across the world that feel the exact same way. That's part of the reason that I wanted to make this channel to begin with, because we are people who grew up understanding that education is important, understanding that there are people out there that dedicate their lives in helping other humans grow. This thing is not about a paycheck. One thing my mentors told me was, yo, bro, if you in this for the bread, you in the wrong path. I'm going to keep it a milli with y'all. I didn't see another path for me. I love this. And I just understand that the students of today need us more than ever. There are people who protect this country, people who manage the infrastructure of this nation, people who provide art and music and just entertainment to the world. Then you got the people like us here in Milli Method who have found our calling in helping others, truly giving ourselves to the cause of education and development. For many of us who have entered into education, got our undergrad and master's degree to help support students, I know that a lot of the information that we gained was in textbooks. I'm gonna let y'all know that type of stuff doesn't work today. And modern problems require modern solutions. I'm gonna teach y'all today the Millennial Method to teaching and counseling the students of today. Let's start off with rule number 1. The most important thing for you to remember when you are working with young individuals, it's not about you. It just isn't. We need to really, truly reflect on ourselves and figure out why we have chosen this path and why we continue to go through what we go through. Money is always going to be a thing. We need a job. Boo-hoo, we'll get over that. But if you've decided to weather the storm and take on this task of today, that's because you truly feel it in your heart, or you have no other options. But if you're watching this, it's the former. If there's one thing I have learned from working in this field all these years, is that not everybody who's in the field of helping people are good people. And maybe you need to reflect on yourself. I'm not saying you have to be a good person, but I'm saying you have to care. You have to give some sort of empathy. If you're somebody that's just going to work every day and you're clearly miserable and you're upset with the system is the system. There are people who have been fighting this battle for years, trying to get us in a better position, trying to get us better wages. God bless the unions and not-for-profits and everything. There are people who have been fighting this fight for our people in a long time. But if you're here, then you better give a semblance of a fuck. There needs to be a microcosm of it. Because at the end of the day, you cannot hide who you are. You cannot fool these students. These kids today are sharp. I'm going to bring down the veil. You are not as discreet as you think you are. For my millennials, this is not back then when we didn't really have the scoop on our teachers. Social media exists. These kids do crazy FBI work to find anything. You think they're not looking you up? You think that you're immune to scrutiny, to criticism? Absolutely not. And these students are going to find it. So that leaves us with two things. Either A, you own who you are, or B, hide who you are better. No in between. It's not about you. I get that you joined this field because you love to help and because you want to help the youth prosper. I'm with you. But you need to look in the mirror sometimes and see if you going that extra mile is for you or if it's for the student. Not all these students want to be saved. Many of them are not ready to receive your advice. They're not ready to receive your love. And you need to be aware of that. Because the worst thing that can happen to you is that you burn out. I've been there. Many of us listening have been there. When you burn out, you're not useful to anyone. You're not useful to yourself. You're not useful to your significant other. You're not useful to your family. And most importantly, you are not useful towards your student. You have to give them what you can give them. And if you don't even want to be near them, then you're really not helpful. And then you're going to wonder why they treat you the way that they do. The next point, you need to understand that students are going to grow on their timing. They are not going to grow when you want them to, period. So the best thing for you to understand as an educator, teacher, etc., anything in this field when you're working with young people is that they are going to come around when they are ready. They're going to come around when they need you. They're not going to come around when you need them. These students are not your friends. If you try to press the issue and try to push them in a direction that they're not quite ready for, it can really land poorly for them. And I want you to reflect as to why you have decided to go down this route. Why has education become your outlet? Why is this your passion? Why is it that you choose to pay it forward? And I could take a pretty good guess. It's probably the same reason as me. When you're a young person, especially growing up in the hood or lower impoverished areas, and your parents spend a lot of time working or not around or on drugs or worse, what's one thing that we all have in common in this country? School. Everybody has a favorite teacher. Everyone does. That one person that believed in me, that one person that motivated me, that one person that pushed me. That is one thing that we gain as educators. We get the privilege to become that person. You truly need to reflect that you're not doing this just because you want to be that person. When a student accepts that and imprints you in their heart, that's cool. But when you force the issue and you're trying to make an impact, that is when you can lose them. You're squeezing too hard. And part of growth is allowing people to grow. If you coddle them, if you're constantly on them, if you're doing this, if you're following them, if you're doing that, they're not going to like it. There are times and places for that. And throughout the series of a Milli Method, I'm going to talk about the different types of students and how it is that you navigate them and the most effective way to guide them. And that does require some more direct methods. But you need to understand something extremely crucial. Being reliable is much more important than being liked. I had a student one time. I managed to motivate her to follow a passion that required for her to be more social. She's not a social girl. She was nervous. She got the job opportunity. She was going to lock it in. Shit was sweet. It was cool. And so she goes, "Hey, Keith, can I meet with you to talk to you about something?" I was like, "Of course, come on in." And she told me, "I don't know if I could really do this. I don't know if I'm really cut out for this job. I don't know if I'm the best fit. You're one of the most sought out people here in the school. So I want to know what is it that you do that allows for people to gravitate to you and how do you assist them?" And I told her, the reason that people come to me is not because they like me. That's part of it. But the real reason people come to me is because I know what the hell I'm talking about. I know what the hell is going on. I know that you got to go here. I know that you got to go there. Hey, I need some help with my transcript. Okay, let me give it a look. Boom, you should do this. That's it. That's it. I think too much of us are caught up on being cool. And that's also a part of reflecting. Are you in this field because you want to be cool? Let's be real. I'm going to keep it a milli in this whole shit. Are you doing this to fulfill some hole in your heart that you didn't get when you were younger? Let's talk about it. Are you doing this to go and become somebody that you've always wanted to be? These kids are not your friends. You should not be here trying to be liked. You should be here trying to teach. You should be here trying to be respected. You should be here trying to give wisdom and not to fucking fuel your ego. You need to check yourself. You need to check yourself. Think back. Maybe you had a teacher, the most strict teacher you could remember back in school. Like, damn, son, this person was a hard ass, or this lady was always on me. And then think about that individual after you grew up. Damn, son, that person really knew what the hell they were talking about. If you're in middle school, high school, college, they're young people. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to follow what their heart wants them to do. And your responsibility is to guide them, provide them direction, and get them to think. Do not push your agendas on them. Get them to reflect on the repercussions of their actions. Really ask them, do you think that's a good idea? When they tell you that they're about to do some dumb shit. Once the gears start turning, they'll be like, damn, maybe that's not such a good idea. And you know you're in a good spot when they start saying, what would you do in this situation? And then you can assert yourself. That's another aspect of this. Your job is to teach. Your job is to counsel. Your job is to advise. Your job is to mentor these young people. Why the hell are you talking so much? Seriously, why are you talking so much? Take a pause. You're supposed to be listening. These kids grow up being talked at their whole lives, especially today. These kids are on the phone all the time. Just people talking to them, talking to them, talking to them, talking to them. They can't even synthesize it. And then they may be in a house where their parents are not talking to them. Nobody's talking to them. There's only two things that I know about this generation flatly. Number one, this generation does not play when it comes to their money. They are entrepreneurs. Point number two, they live by this philosophy. I don't talk to anybody unless they talk to me first. I'm going to say that one more time. I will not communicate with somebody unless they communicate with me first. And I know if they listen to them right now, they laugh. But it's true. That's the way the society has been grooming them. Kids today are weird. But we need to reflect on what weird means. I'm going to teach y'all slang. I'll be getting put onto all the stuff. I'll be learning about the crash outs, somebody being a 304, so everything. I hear all of it. So I'm going to put y'all on. Being called weird is a big offense because it's more important to be normal, whatever that is. These kids are growing up, phones already in their hands. They literally are born comparing themselves to others straight out the womb. Then, as they grow older, technology is part of who they are. For us millennials, we had a time period where technology wasn't part of our socialization. The technology today is embedded in every aspect of society. These students will literally lose their shit if they don't have their phones. As most of us would at this point, the world has changed. But you have to remember, while we can say, you just turn it off, just shut it off, you'll be all right. They literally have never done that. Now you're going to ask them to do that now? They don't know how. So the way that they see things is if you're on a phone, you're on a phone, you're on a phone, I'm on a phone. If I go and I talk to you, now I'm interrupting you, now I'm weird. And if you go and you come interrupt me, now I think you're weird. It's a vicious cycle. Instead of swimming against the current, we need to swim with it. And once we're in the same direction is when work can really be done. I can reach more students through this phone and this video than walking up to them outside. The issues of today impact students much more than they did when we were growing up. We were in tune with the drama of our homes and of our blocks, our neighborhoods, whatever. These students are in tune with the drama of the world. Things are a lot bigger than a student just saying that they're sad. Now, it's a full diagnosable thing. Oh, I'm depressed. I have this, I have that, I have this. I'm not trying to diminish any of the ailments that afflict our people. I'm not trying to do that. But what I am bringing light to is the fact that these students are self-diagnosing their challenges, and giving it life means that they spiral much more than they need to. Back when we were sad, we would just be sad and then we would work to be happy. Students of today, when they're sad, they're depressed. That's why it's important for us to truly understand at what stage in development is the student in and how can we help them once they're there. Despite the changes in society, we need to remember that there are a few things that still will not change. The students today still deal with loneliness, depression, anger, jealousy, confusion, etc., etc. The packaging is different, but what's inside is still the same. And you need to best equip yourself on how to handle those situations so that you can be effective in changing society. If you haven't caught on yet, I'm not going to sugarcoat this stuff. There's only one thing I know how to do, and it's to keep it a milli. And I'm going to keep it a milli till we get to a milli, you heard?